Celeb Savant Barrett Edelstein. We are at Solid Gold Podcast in Johannesburg, South Africa, and today we have got Thapelo Esau.
Yes,
Correct
Thapelo
pronunciation
Esau.
has to be that. Thapelo, thank you for your time, for joining us, or joining me at least in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Let's dive straight in. Tell us,
Yes.
at what age, with a child or teenager, did you feel cool? I want to be creating in this world, this music world. And how did that journey progress?
So I'd say I formally started singing at the age of 8, when at least I became aware that I could sing. However, my family says that I've been singing all my life, right? And for me, it started in the church. I think that's any other musician's story. Started in the church, Sunday school, you know, we'd have these concerts and whatnot. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. You know, there's something happening here, maybe something I could work with, you know? And yeah, I then further on went on to do high school talent shows. And then I went on to do the other competition, which I'm sure we'll get into. Yeah.
Okay, no, well, let's go there now.
Let's go there now.
Yes.
Okay. So I honed my skill, I'd say, in high school when I did all the talent shows. And then I joined Idols 2016, 17. And that's where I'd say I guess kind of gained the confidence to now do it professionally. Yeah.
So the talent shows at school, sort of, they were the bricks or the
Yes.
foundation. And then, let's say the foundation, and then Idols was more the bricks
Right.
to catapult for the confidence.
Yes.
So what is it like, specifically the talent competitions at school? Were they specifically at school, or were they like sort of regional, sort of at events or talent shows?
Yeah. So in primary school, I joined the choir, and I guess that's where we'd compete, right? And then when it got to high school level, it was just, you know, high school talent shows. It was within the school. And yeah, I've just always been the singer at school. I've always been known as the singer. And yeah, I guess that's what created or molded the Thapelo that we know today. Yeah.
And then what was the inclination to decide to do Idols?
So I'm generally a really adventurous person, right? And it's always been on my bucket list of things that I've always wanted to do. So I was like, I need to cross this. Let's check this off my list. My parents were like, Taps, finish school first and then you can go forth and conquer. So yeah, that's how that came about. I really just was trying it out and seeing where I could go, you know, and how far I could go in the competition. And yeah, I guess the rest is history.
Crossing it off your list,
Yeah.
and actually doing it, being there as part of the process.
Yes.
Were there any things that surprised you while you were in the Idols process that you didn't realize would be part of it pre to doing it?
So for me, I mean, I understood that it was a competition, right? Everybody's there for the same thing. We all have one goal. But I think for me, the most surprising thing was the contrast in personalities. So I'm generally, as you know, bubbly and you know, as I am, I'm very much a recluse,
Yes.
to myself. And I guess I was just really overwhelmed by the different personalities, big personalities. And in my year, we had a lot of big personalities. So I guess that was really overwhelming for me. And I guess that's really what took me by surprise in the competition. But everything else was a breeze, really. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that. I wonder if, and I'm saying inverted commas, and I'm not pointing to or specific any person, but a lot of people, when it's there's a camera, they already put a filter of a type of personality. So I wonder if those people, yes, you're experiencing them outside of the camera as well, agreed, but it was still in that atmosphere of
Yes.
Idols. So I wonder, because a lot of people in situations, they put on a persona, a mask, a personality.
100%.
So I wonder if some of them were, yes, massive and beautiful personalities, but they were overextending that because of the situation and the camera and what was happening.
Oh, they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were. They definitely were. Can't name them, but
No, we're not
there
going
were
to.
a few.
No, but so what are your perceptions of people who, and I'm going to use the word inauthentic, because that's not being authentic, because then they move away from that, and there's Jenny over there and J-Lo over there.
Yeah.
Just, you know, and Jenny is quite different from J-Lo. And then when you experience Jenny, it's like, like for me, same way I'm interacting with you, I interact with my colleagues, I interact with the lady at the checkers counter, everyone. For me, my concept is everyone uses 2-ply toilet paper.
Yeah.
No one's got gold-plated toilet paper.
Yes.
So in that way, it doesn't matter if a person has a label, CEO, pop idol, idol judge, checkers counter person. None of that exists. It's a societal thing that we contribute to, and a lot of other people will be like, oh, there's an idols judge, I need now to put on this face. There's Thapelo, who's also part of the idol contestants, I need to put on this face. There's the CEO, I need to put on that face. And there's so many masks that they switch on and out of that. Who's the real person?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts around that thing? And 2-ply toilet paper.
I like the analogy. I love it. For me, okay, I never really want to judge people, right? But I really love it when people are authentic. And for me, one of the things actually that I struggled with in the house was connecting to a few people, because with some, I could immediately tell that this is put on and whatnot. I'd like to think of myself as a really authentic person. What you see is what you get with me, right? So for me, there was that disconnect with some of the people, unfortunately. And, you know, I don't want to say that it caused conflict or anything like that, but there just was a disconnect between myself and those people. And
because it makes sense, because they are wearing a mask.
They're wearing a mask.
And you see through the mask.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
You know?
So then because you see through the mask, and I have this as well, you speak to the person underneath the mask and they don't know how to deal with that.
Yes.
So like, I need to disconnect, because then that person is seeing me through all these facades. You mentioned the house. So what we see on TV is this. The experience of the house you mentioned. Tell us more, because I haven't heard of the house before. What is that about?
So when you, I guess, progress to the top 16 of idols, we all move into one house. We live together pretty much for the duration of the competition, pretty much. Well, until you get eliminated. So we come together, all of those different personalities and backgrounds in one place. So you can imagine how it gets. So that's what it's about. During the competition, we all live together.
And is it room sharing, or does each person have their own room?
If you're lucky, you get your own room.
Okay.
But when it's top 16, because there's so many of us, and I guess it's only so much a guest house can accommodate. How many? So we share. And it gets pretty interesting.
So from top 16, obviously it's pre-recorded and then it's the live.
No, actually.
Is it all live?
So it's pre-recorded for Theatre Week, and then top 16 is live. That's when people start voting.
And how is that top 16? How long in real time is that? Is it a couple of weeks, a couple of months?
It's the top 16 takes about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'd say, from top 16, it goes straight to top 10. Yes, and that's what takes long, because it's a weekly elimination until the final.
Now, tell me, after Idols, you were on this journey of the idol bubble, so to speak.
Yeah.
Coming out of that, were you able to ground and move forward, or was there a little bit of that crashing? You know, because sometimes when people are in a movie and on that set, and then they come out of it, there's that normality or reality that kicks in. Yeah. Did you have any of that, or not really?
So for me, I think what kept me grounded, or at least in touch with reality, was that I was still in school during Idols. So immediately after the competition, I jumped straight back to school. So I guess I was in touch with my reality. However, because of the competition, I was part-time, then there was a bit of the Idols bubble, right? And that was difficult navigating, because it's not what the competition is outside, right? So you have this, during the competition, everything is done, everything is set in stone, and everything is a breeze. And then after the competition, you kind of need to fend for yourself. And because I was so hungry for this, maybe kind of sort of expected it to be the same, but I quickly, had a reality check and quickly remembered that, no, I need to hustle. But having the balance of going back to school kind of, made me snap back really quickly.
So you mean the same as everything's planned out, when you're going to sing what song sort of from the idols, and then now it's like, oh, now I have to figure this out by myself.
Yeah. I guess really what gets a lot of contestants is that after the competition, maybe they have the expectation because you are on such a large platform that everything just kind of just comes to you on a silver platter. And that is not what it is. Yeah.
I've spoken to a few finalists from BGT, AGT, idols, and it's that same thing.
Completely different ball game outside. Yeah.
Okay, so after idols, what were the next steps?
So after idols, funny enough, during the competition, so growing up, I had a really hoarse voice, right? And I thought it was natural. So I entered the competition. Come Sunday when we'd need to perform live, I'd always crash out. Like my voice would just crash, and I couldn't perform at my optimum. So then production was like, I think there's a problem here. So let's get it checked out. They took me to a specialist. Specialist was like, your voice is actually injured. So this whole time, my voice was injured. And
wait. Okay. Since you were a child?
Since I was a child.
Okay. What do you mean by injured?
I had cysts on my vocal cords, which I'm assuming started off as nodules and then developed to cysts, right?
Yeah.
So because of how strenuous the competition is, we're singing every single day. By the time Sunday came, or Sundays would come, and, I guess I just would not have a voice. Yeah, I'd strain it. And then the specialist said my voice is injured, and I was given the opportunity to leave the competition, actually, voluntarily, and come back the following year. I declined it because, it was a gamble for me. I was like, let me just do it and get it out of the way. So after the competition, I then went for a vocal cord surgery. Then I could not sing after my surgery for a couple of years. So I had to relearn how to sing.
Oh, wow.
So I went through a bit of a personal journey. I was depressed. This one thing that I really love that I want to do as a career, I can't now do because I can't sing, so I went through depression, all of that, lost my identity, until I could confidently say that, I regained my voice, I'd say in 2022 or so. Yeah, so I had to start from scratch.
How long, was it 2 years that you lost your voice for, or how long? You said a couple, or
couple of years, from 2018 till about 2022.
So like 4 years.
4 years when I could not sing. So I was learning the skill again.
Wow. And so do you feel, or I'm not sure if you know the answer to this, that by having sung for all those years, even with an injured voice or injured vocal cords, it allowed you to tap into it easier than if you had not sung for all those years? Or was it a complete relearning because you was potentially singing incorrectly because of the injury?
I'd say your voice is a muscle. So yes, muscle memory. So it was easier to tap into it. The skill was what was difficult to get to where I am, or potentially better than what I even sounded like before, so I guess it was easier to tap back into singing because I knew that I had the talent as opposed to me having not sung before. Yeah.
What's the difference between having the skill and actually doing it?
That's a good question. If you have the skill, it's second nature.
And you also understand the technicalities.
You understand the technicalities, the breathing, all of that. It's a skill. You just have it, right? As opposed to learning it from scratch. People who do that, I respect a great deal. It's not easy. Singing is not easy. So I respect people who do that. But yeah, there is a difference.
So if I understand correctly, if a person sings, it's just singing like la 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 la. But if they have the skill, to use it as a tool to work with as whatever way they want to.
100%.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, when you learnt and relearnt the skill again, after not having it, does your voice sound differently now compared to when it was injured?
It does. It does. My voice was really thick and raspy. I loved it, right? And now after the surgery, it was really smooth, a bit high pitched and stuff. My voice was deep and velvety. A soprano though, which is funny. But now it was high pitched, it was smooth and stuff. And for me, that was what was difficult for me to I had to now learn how to use this really light and airy voice. But now that it's completely healed and the skill is back somewhat, it's going back to its a natural tone.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't entirely injured. I personally don't think it was, to be honest with you. When I was 8 years old, I mean, what could have possibly injured my voice?
It may have just been things that, when we go to sleep in the evening and we wake up and we've twisted our neck in our sleep.
Yeah,
it might have been just something like this way you said something in class or something. And
perhaps
it scratched it, and then even a small thing. We never know. Our bodies do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting. So now, then you learned how to sing again with the skill. Once that was in place and the building and the roof was now built, what were the tools or the steps that allowed you to move to decide, okay, I'm going to do this now professionally?
Knowing that I've always wanted to sing, right? So that was the catalyst. And then obviously getting in touch with people that I know, producers, singers, all of these people. I guess just aligning myself with the people or aligning myself with the career, really,
Yeah.
So that's what I really did. Until then, I felt confident enough to now do it on a grand scale. Yeah.
So pitching up and networking, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
And how did the collaboration and the opportunity with Gresham come to be?
So, the A&R, Themba Mlongwana, shout out to him.
I know Themba. Hey, Themba.
Yes, shout out Themba. So I knew Themba. I met Themba when I was in my first year. And, I'd always say to Themba, but this was before Idols, Themba, I really want to sing, And, I knew that he was within the industry somewhere, somehow. So I was like, maybe play the girl. And, I guess maybe it just wasn't the right time then, right? And
I don't think he was at Gresham at that stage.
no, he wasn't at Gresham at the time, yes. So fast forward to a couple of years later, last year, so about 7 years later, he then hit me up and was like, Thapelo, do you still sing? I said, yes, I still do sing. And he was like, what do you want to do, with your talent? I was like, of course, now I feel like now's the right time to just springboard and, take it places, and he was like, okay, there's this opportunity, come through, and let's see what we can do. So I met with the team. He played them my music. Fortunately, I had music out, and they loved me. They said they want to meet me, and here we are today.
Hashtag drop the mic.
Drop the mic, yes.
How do you create a song?
Awful feeling. That's just the type of person I am. How I feel is how I create, So for me, music heals me, and I have that mentality when I create a song. I want my music to heal. So that's where I start.
And when you creating or writing a song, is it solely as yourself, or do you collaborate with others?
I believe in collaboration, 100%. But most of the time it is by myself. And, if somebody maybe, messes with what I'm doing, then come aboard and let's see what we can do.
And when you're collaborating with someone that you have never interacted with before, specifically in the creative process, because as you said, the music is healing. It's about being vulnerable to heal. When you meet that person for the first time, is it a situation of getting to know them or feeling and sussing them out, or do you just dive straight in?
It depends. Okay, so I am an energy person, right? We have to feel each other in order to be able to create that chemistry behind the mic. But most of the time, it is a thing of, since we're creatives, we're here to do a job. Let's just jump straight into it. That's how it's really happened for me so far. But, obviously, if I'm fortunate enough to spend time with the people that I'm collaborating with, then great. It's my preference. It is my preference, yeah.
Tell us what's coming up? You've released, tell us about the music that's been released, what's coming up for the next few months. Let's hear it all.
So
Tell us everything.
I released an EP in May. It's called Miss Esau. It is my first ever body of work, 4-track EP. And I'm singing about love, nothing toxic, no negative vibes on my EP. It's really nice, positive, it's nice. So that's what we're pushing right now. And, this EP for me was a feeler. This is my reintroduction to people. Obviously, having been on the competition many moons ago. It is a long time ago and people forget. So we were like, let's remind people who you are, Ms. Thapelo. And that's what the EP is for. And we are now hitting the ground running, creating more music, exploring genres, collaborating with people. Yeah. That's my jam right now.
I like that you say collaborating with people.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of, robots and computers and kind of stuff.
I was surprised. I was shocked when I was back in studio and I was working with our in-house producer and he was like, Thapelo, do you know this and that and that and that and that? I'm like, what is happening? AI is singing now?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy
business.
I love me a CD. Mm-hmm. I still budget for my CDs because for me it's an energy exchange to say thank you to you guys for all the hard work in your creation process. Mm-hmm. I love the journey of the choice, the unpacking, the booklet, the thank yous, the listening to song from 1 to 4, 1 to whatever number. Mm-hmm. I'm sure if you are aware, massive, not really in South Africa because we don't have the avenue for it, but overseas, massive uptick of physical. Couple of years ago in the UK, 5.9 million vinyls sold, the biggest since 1990.
Oh, wow.
Last year, also in the UK, there's a basket of products that they gauge exchanges on. Mm-hmm. And based on these exchanges, they, for tax purposes, and there needs to be a large number of exchanges for a product to be in the basket.
Okay.
And because of the upsurge of CDs are now back in the basket.
Awesome.
And the research is showing that it's the teenagers, the younger kids that are diving into this world, not necessarily the older, nostalgic, in inverted commas, people. Mm-hmm. And then we have the streaming platforms people consume music on. Mm-hmm. What are your observations of the landscape at the moment?
So I'm a purist, right? I'm just like you. I love being in touch with that, right? And I wish that the world was still there, and I'm really happy to hear that, that's coming back, The landscape for me is a bit spread out. I'm not quite sure if I'm comfortable with where we are, I'm not quite sure if I'm comfortable with everything being digitalized. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Digitalized.
I make up words all the time. So it's now a word whether it is or isn't. It's
yes. Remember that. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that purely because I am a purist. I wish that we were physical about things, the CDs and the vinyl. So it really makes me happy that, it's coming back, the sales are going up and whatnot, because ideally that's where I would love to go back to. That's the place that I'd love to go back to as well. I grew up on that, so, I guess as the world evolves, we all need to adapt. I need to adapt myself. So I think maybe I'll get comfortable in time with where the landscape is and how it's looking.
Or we'd stay with our physical and keep enhancing that and building that up so that more people can support that.
Let's do that.
Just in South Africa, we need more avenues to get that.
Yes. Bring back our music stores.
Yes, because
Bring
I mean, like
in
London, in overseas, overseas countries, they've got massive HMV stores, floors where you can just explore the CDs and the vinyls and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So anyone listening in South Africa, maybe there's an opportunity there. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. What do you enjoy about performing live?
Gosh, I love connecting with people. I love seeing how people react to my music. I love seeing what it does to people. Music does a lot for me. So I know it's a really, really powerful thing. Music is really powerful. So I love seeing how that transcends and how it makes people feel. I love seeing people feeling good. And for me, I draw a lot from that. And makes me feel really good. However, with performing for me, I hate is a really strong word, but, for lack of a better word, I don't like performing in intimate spaces.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's really critical, I never know where to look. I'm quite shy, which is funny because I feel like I'm really bubbly.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the same. So
Yeah, I'm quite shy. So I feel like in an intimate space, it's not invasive, but it's quite
I get what you're saying.
you get what I'm saying. I prefer to perform on bigger stages, because then I'm able to, I guess, I feel more at home on a bigger stage.
okay, I'm that dude right up in front who takes his cell phone out for maybe one or two photos, one or two videos. Then I put it away.
Yeah.
I notice these days a lot of people are videoing and tweeting and posting and more and more and more. A lot of the show. You referenced the connections, seeing how people react and feel and the happy and the energy.
Yes.
From the person on the stage, potentially seeing a bunch of phones more than people's eyes or faces. Do you not feel that that takes away from those elements you referenced, or it's just where society is at this time?
It does. I don't like it. I love it when people are in the moment. I really hate what our phones and, I feel like I hate the people they have made us become. Yeah, I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I feel like you're missing out on an experience. You're missing out on the musicality, the effort that's been put in. I hate that. I wish people were more like you, where you could just take a couple of photos, a video, and slap bang, put it back in your bag and, enjoy what I'm giving you. Yeah, I don't like it.
I like what you said, enjoy what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
I like it because it is an energy and
Yes.
it's an exchange.
It is.
Lovely.
It is.
I love this game. I know if I had to answer this question in 2 minutes, 5 years, 50 years, I know your answer will be different every time.
Okay.
I understand that and I recognize that. I'm not saying favorite. I'm saying top of mind.
Okay.
On the way home now, if you had to push play to 5 other artists, like I said, top of mind, who would those artists be? And if you can think of specific songs of theirs, what songs would you play from them?
Top of the list is Flamenco, Beyonce from her new album, Cowboy Carter. I'd play a bit of Mahu. I'm a piano artist. I'd play Layla Hathaway. I love Layla Hathaway because I love listening to music that relaxes me when I'm driving home, actually. I'd listen to, so 5 artists?
So you got 2 more. This is genuine when it starts getting hard.
Yeah. I'd listen to my EP. I'd listen to myself. Yeah.
Of course, yes. Yeah.
I have to. I have to put money in the bag.
Of course, yes. Hello.
I need to stream. And maybe I'd listen to a bit of BJ the Chicago Kid.
Awesome. Lovely.
Yeah.
So the podcast is listened to throughout the world. As a final message, what would you like to say?
I would love to say, firstly, thank you so much for having me. This was lots of fun. But keep on supporting Celeb Savant. Let's take it all the way to the top. Let's make it bigger and better. But more than anything, please do stream our music. This is not the last you've heard of me. You're going to hear a lot of me, a lot of Thapelo. You're still going to see me. So yeah, keep it locked in. Stay tuned. There is more coming.
So guys, as Thapelo says, keep supporting music, keep listening to Thapelo, keep supporting me, hashtag, let's drop all those microphones and just support entertainment as a whole. This is Celeb Savant signing out.
Another production from Solid Gold Podcasts.